Hey, welcome. Daily Show. Condor. Calabasas. Me. Got some wicked cringe today, and oh my god, is this some painful shit. Alright, I guess, first of all, this video is probably going to be really long. I could have gone through this entire fucking thing looking at notes, but every part of this video is fucking painful for the first 5 minutes at least, so I don't know. Anyways, a little bit of backstory on this individual. This is one of those incel women that gets really, really offended when somebody points out how mansplaining is sexist. She actually got in trouble at her job for saying mansplaining on her YouTube channel, on her very popular YouTube channel. Don't worry, she didn't get canceled. She doesn't have to worry about anybody getting upset with her for her sexism, misandry, or whatever. She's also deeply insecure. She snapped at her coworker Jane for calling her girl. You know, like that thing that we're women will just in a very kind, kind of friendly way, just be like, "What up, girl?" She did one of those, and this girl, this Ellen girl, got offended by that and asked Jane to not call her girl because it's, I don't know, condescending or something for deeply insecure incel women like this. Fucking embarrassing. Here we go.
Some ASMR for you there. Hi. Welcome. No, sorry, I won't do that. Earlier this year, I finished a Let's Play of the iconic first-person shooter, Bioshock. This game celebrated its 15th anniversary at the end of summer 2022, and so I decided to finish off a Let's Play that I started way back in 2013 as a form of closure. If you want to know more about why, there should be a card linking to my video on top, and something down in the description as well. Probably a link.
I'm sorry, right there. Normally this wouldn't, that's one of those red flag things. At face value, this doesn't really mean anything, but considering this person's history, it means something completely different. She's talking about why she did a Let's Play. She definitely has a superiority complex. No one gives a fuck why you did a Let's Play.
That's what they're called, Ellen. I had an absolute blast playing through Bioshock, and my 3-word review would be, it holds up, despite it giving me the constant fear that the licensed music would take away all of my income. Honestly, while I had some nitpicks, the overall design decisions are outstanding, and I loved exploring the city of Rapture. You could say I was enraptured.
Yeah, hilarious. She's so fucking funny.
Oh
yeah, I forgot to mention, this woman literally believes that people not laughing at her shitty-ass jokes are misogynist. She's one of those.
Probably not the channel for you. So many responses to the series have been amazing, and to all the people who decided to join me on that journey, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed watching me as much as I enjoyed actually experiencing that game all the way through for the first time. But I am never, ever doing a Let's Play on this channel ever again. I'm done.
Thank God.
No, thank you. Had fun. Arrivederci. Well, I'm staying here, but I'm just not doing Let's Plays again. Why? Well, I'm certainly not bored by the idea of playing through another game. Some people have suggested games that I'd love to play through, or have indeed already played through in my own time. But there are multiple reasons why I'm intending for Bioshock to be my last Let's Play on this channel, and I'm going to passive-aggressively run through them all for you, one by one, in this helpful video. Because, hey, everyone on YouTube loves a list, and if there's anything that does well on this channel, it's usually me complaining about stuff.
Shock.
I don't know what that says about me. Please note that these reasons and opinions are pure.
Well, what it says about you and your audience is that you've got victim complexes and you're deeply insecure and privileged, crying about things that are no person with self-esteem would even care about. But here we go.
Early pulled from my experiences, and I will be playing some things up for entertainment purposes, so do take what I say with a pinch of salt, or not, because too much sodium is bad for you, and to be honest, this video is going to be pretty salty.
This is just standard narcissist argument, basically setting it up so if anyone provides some criticism upon this criticism, she can go back and, well, oh, I wasn't being serious, so your criticism doesn't apply or matter because I was joking. Regardless.
when you play a video game, you play a game. You use the spare hours or even minutes in your day to chip away at it. You can even set yourself aside an afternoon or an evening to lounge in front of your TV or curl up in bed or perhaps relax in a fancy gaming room with snacks, drinks, and everything you need to feel comfortable and do things at your pace. When you film a Let's Play, you have to set up your game, set up your capture equipment, set up your capture software, set up your camera, set up your lighting, make sure the green screen is up, make sure the green screen is being properly keyed out, do your makeup so people don't ask if you...
Before we get to the last one. Alright, set up your game. Okay, you have to do that when you play video games in general, dumbass. You mean turning it on, hitting a fucking button and turning it on? That's what you're crying about? It already starts off fucking embarrassing. Set up your capture equipment. Again, double-clicking on the program? Setting up your capture software. Like, same shit. Like, you're just, like, you're putting a camera down, you're opening up a fucking, like... It's wild to me. Setting up your camera, setting up your lighting, make sure your green screen is set up, making sure the green screen is properly keyed out. Like, none of this is difficult or even worth crying about. Like, this is fucking embarrassing. Like, none of this shit would bother me in the slightest. Like, do you have any idea? Like, I'm thankful that I get to do stuff like this because, like, imagine comparing this to like most jobs that the average person works and trying to bitch and act like your life is so fucking hard. Anyways, the last one, of course, incel woman with a victim complex. Of course, she's got to talk about how her life is so hard because she's a woman. Fucking internalized misogyny, objectively speaking, and toxic femininity, objectively speaking. But do your makeup so people don't ask if you're ill or tired because some people don't know what women look like. This is just like the standard incel woman rhetoric. Like, she decides. She knows why people think the way they do. She's a genius. She can just see into their brains. It's fucking incel shit. Maybe people are asking if you're ill or tired because makeup is literally designed to make it so your skin looks dark, red, healthy. Like, look at, seriously, just like, I can't go back. Or at least I don't want to go back. But compare my skin in this shot right here to her skin. I'm not wearing makeup. She is. What's the big difference? Well, I look tired as fuck because of these under my eyes, and maybe she has the same, maybe she doesn't, but makeup covers that shit up. And my skin looks really fucking pale. I look like a cancer patient. I look like I am dying of a disease, okay? It's reasonable for people to ask these questions when women aren't wearing makeup because makeup is designed so that you don't look like the opposite of ill. You look the opposite of tired. You look very healthy and awake. That's what makeup does. This is why I fucking hate insecure incel women. It is a privilege to be able to wear makeup. If homophobia doesn't exist, if men weren't fucking oppressed, men would wear makeup too. There would be nothing stopping them from wearing makeup. The only reason men don't wear makeup is because of homophobia and incel women like Ellen here, fucking that flip shit over the idea of like, this woman would not tolerate her boyfriend wearing makeup or any man she's in a relationship wearing makeup. No way in hell. Incel women cannot stand that shit. So it's just embarrassing. Like, because some people don't know what women look like. Like, the projection. I fucking hate how incel women who know nothing about men, have no experience with men, act like they are the queens of all women. They know everything about women. They're experts on women. They're experts on relationships. They're experts on men. They know what everybody's thinking. This is standard toxic femininity. Like, some people don't know what women like. What a fucking dumbass incel comment.
Ill or tired because some people don't know what women actually look like, make sure the sound levels are okay, or at least fixable/adjustable in post. Make sure everything is recording okay for your sound, your camera, and your game capture, which is of course both sound and visuals. Be constantly animated, interesting, and engaging while playing a video game half decently, often for the first time ever, all while monitoring all that recording equipment, because if anything goes wrong, you'll have to redo it all.
All right, well, I can tell you right now, just watching this woman, she definitely does not have to be animated, interesting, or engaging whatsoever She is like quite the opposite of that. And there's plenty of people who are very popular and they are not interesting or engaging. One of the things that a lot of people don't know about this channel is back in the day, well, not this channel specifically, the main parent channel this woman is associated with. Basically, they're all considered funny people, I guess. I use quotations because this woman is not funny in the fucking slightest, but everyone else there is goddamn hilarious and I would argue way funnier than I am. But anyways, getting to the point here, what they used to do is they used to have it so you'd write your own jokes and you'd go to like the show or whatever and you'd have like jokes, they make fun of games basically, just in case you don't know. And they had this problem where some people on the show are funnier than other people. Like pretty much everybody's funnier than Ellen, for example. So what they ended up having to do to avoid Ellen always having the shitty fucking lines because she always writes shitty fucking unfucking funny lines is they had to make it randomized. So basically what'll happen is and this has been going on for like years now, years and years and years now, is they'll actually write a script or whatever, and then they'll just give it to somebody else in the group. So like sometimes people will get Ellen's script and get no fucking laughs, or maybe because they're actually like good at doing comedy and understand like comedic timing, they'll actually maybe get a laugh or two out of it. But anyways, so yeah, so this woman talking about how she has to be constantly animated, interesting, and engaging. She's literally not even any of those on her own fucking main channel. She's a goddamn embarrassment. So, like, that clearly doesn't fucking apply. And if anything goes wrong, you'll have to redo it all. What a fucking stupid, childish exaggeration. I fucking hate this victim complex shit. I hate this fucking deeply insecure, privileged, I'm a victim mentality. That is so bullshit. If some things go wrong, you will have to do it all over again. For sure. For sure. Some things. Not everything.
Nothing is more heartbreaking during a Let's Play recording session than finding out one of the many, many different pieces of recording software or recording hardware fudged up and everything you did for the last hour and whatever was pointless. I mean, yeah, it is all ultimately pointless. It's a YouTube video, but more pointless. Basically, this stuff is a lot of work, and multiple things can go wrong at any stage.
It's not a lot of work.
Yay. It's nothing like a regular gaming experience, as anyone who has tried Let's Playing will know. Now, setting up...
It's pretty dead on gaming experience. There are things that do definitely make it more difficult, like if you have no experience being on a spotlight or being like in front of a group of people, then yeah, that's going to be a little bit tricky for you. You do have to have a little bit higher level of concentration overall, and if you intend on making people laugh or entertain with your commentary, then that's another level of concentration. So I wouldn't go as far as to say it's easy, but it is extremely close to a regular gaming session. It's pretty much just like if you like just play a game and instead of thinking inside your head, you just say those things that you're thinking out loud, you're doing a very good job of Let's Playing. And it is like this woman, of course, because she has a victim complex, she's extremely privileged. Her life is super easy. This is like the most devastating, traumatic event of her life.
It takes so long that I often wish I could just go film everything in one go, but that's usually not possible. Firstly, because games are often too long and would require me to go without sleep, and secondly, because even if it was a shorter game by hour 5 or 6, I would have had zero on-screen energy to keep going. See, on-screen...
she just comes off like a fucking moron here. Why would you play an entire game in one sitting? Like, I've played professionally, and the longest I was, and me and my teammates were able to go for, was 6 hours, and that was pretty much 6 hours straight. And I had to like recover for 2 days after that. That was brutal. But yeah, why, like, just like this stupid ass comment, like this just doesn't make any sense. Why would you spend 5 hours on a Let's Play? How many people are even going to watch a 5 hour Let's Play? Like, the moment you hit like a 3 hour mark, you are the amount of people who will continue watching after 3 fucking hours is like 0. And like the sweet spot is like, well, I don't know if there is a sweet spot, but it's anywhere between like 10 minutes and an hour and a half. Like a 5 hour, the idea that you would even want to stream for 5 hours is insane. Like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Ellen is genuine me, but with all the hopefully more engaging and energetic parts of me turned up to 11. But if I do that for too long, I need to piss off somewhere else for a bit to recharge. I'm a multifaceted creature, and when I'm done being excited on camera to entertain you all, I need to veg out on the sofa with a herbal infusion and absorb several episodes of Elementary and or Criminal Minds. So, to reduce the number of times I had to
It's just I can't even. I have
recording
nothing.
for so long that my on-screen energy left my body and never returned, I filmed this series in...
You know how you avoid being completely exhausted, um, and specifically in the context of what she's talking about, you just be yourself. That's it. Don't put on a show. Don't put on an act. And I'm gonna sound like such an asshole, but I just don't care. This is like textbook sociopath. This is exactly what a sociopath acts like. This is exactly what a narcissist acts like. Because it is a challenge for a deeply insecure sociopath to just like keep up this facade that they're a happy, joyous person. This woman is angry as fuck. She is one mad little psycho.
Batches with shoot days that let me have breaks to recharge. This solved the energy issue, but again, it's very different to how I usually play games. Instead of treating myself to a couple of days playing a game I like, I gave myself multiple days of being a runner, producer, sound engineer, lighting technician, camerawoman, and host, and I'm sure I'm leaving stuff off there. Production, I was a production team, okay? I was doing everything. Let's playing takes more time and more...
As somebody who's like survived real abuse and been to like some real things, this is like the most embarrassing shit to me. Like, really? Like, it's not that hard. You aren't doing all those jobs, and you'd hope if you like were actually doing all those jobs, you'd be able to fucking come up with a better goddamn product than this crap with your stupid fucking faces.
Work than just playing a game. But to be fair, pre-production and filming of a Let's Play is not actually the most time-consuming thing. There's a reason why the first hire for so many big YouTube creators is an editor, and that's because editing is hard and it takes up a ton of your time, especially when making...
It's definitely 100% not fucking hard. Please don't even fucking entertain the idea that editing is fucking hard. It's a pain in the ass, and it takes a long fucking time. 100%, she's right about that. Not even gonna argue against that whatsoever. But difficult? No, it's time consuming. Like, what the fuck is difficult about like literally chopping things up and then cutting it out? That's 99% of the fucking editing. And then, oh, what, you have to put in a song? That's like clicking a thing and then adding song, and then the song just adds there, and then you can move the song around all you want. Oh, it's so hard. Fucking hell. It's like she's never edited before, talking about how it's difficult. She clearly has, just to be clear. But
gaming videos. For every hour you spend playing a game, you can spend at least 3 editing it down, especially if you're adding any extra flavor, such as zooms, effects, text, whatever. At least I
you're
do,
taking way too long.
I'm a decent editor, I don't think I'm a particularly fast one.
No, you're fucking slow as fuck.
Editing and writing that actually makes up the majority of my day job over at Outside Extra. It's honestly amazing that I've not strangled anyone yet for going, oh, so you just play video games for a living? Huh? No. It's hard work I do. It's really difficult. It's the toughest. It's not the toughest job I've ever had, but to say that there's no stress it's naive. Find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. You will, because you'll be tired at the end of it. Because work makes you tired, okay? Even stuff that you're passionate about, eventually your body goes, don't undersell yourself just because you're doing a job that you enjoy. Anyway, such a tangent. I didn't script this bit. Can you tell? When planning this Let's Play series,
So
I decided
cringe.
from the get-go that I wanted to edit these playthroughs down, rather than leaving them unedited or just live streaming. The original series in 2013 was edited, so I wanted to keep the same vibe, plus by filming in advance before putting the videos out, no assholes could spoil the story for me in the comments or live chat. Bonus! Up yours to spoilery people. Don't like you, not welcome here, thanks, bye. Knowing you're going to be editing also takes some pressure off during the recording, i.e. I don't have to be on all the time. If I get stuck, if I get lost, or if I play the same minigame a million times, I can do some creative editing to keep the video clipping along and hopefully make it more concise and interesting for the folks watching at home. Finished? Yeah. But while it saved the viewers time, it obviously increased the amount of time that I spent making it. Editing balloons the size of a project like this, and while I do
Then don't do
enjoy
it.
editing, I don't enjoy spending most of my evenings and weekends stuck in front of my PC while my social life slowly disappears. In and of itself, making a Let's Play series is not the most draining work I've ever done, but doing this in your free time when it's already a chunk of your day job, stopping work at the end of the day to do more of the same kind of work is tiring. Plus, there's another issue with editing your own gameplay videos, in that you basically end up playing the same game twice. Once as you're recording, and once as you edit, seeing your past self make a multitude of mistakes as you watch on, completely unable to do anything about it. See, if you choose to edit your Let's Play videos, you will spot everything the past you didn't spot. Important collectible? Editing you will scream internally as Let's Play you walks right past it. Useful button on the...
As somebody who, has played professionally, this doesn't happen when you don't fucking suck.
that could give you upgrades, editing you will watch helplessly as past you swings the camera right over it. But although it can be frustrating to watch past you make mistakes...
The thing that drives me nuts about fucking casual gamers is shit like this. It's just like, oh, I suck at games. I can't do anything about it. I give up. I'm so dumb. Like, shut the fuck up. Take some fucking responsibility. Think about what you're doing fucking wrong. And maybe, I don't know, look around more often. Fucking sprint less. Take your time going through an environment. Like, fucking hell. The amount of simple shit that fucking the average casual gamer just will not do drives me nuts.
I'm very forgiving of Let's Play Ellen. See, as already
I'm
explained
not.
previously, Let's Play Ellen
I'm not.
had to play the game half decently for the first time ever, while trying to be entertaining and engaging with her commentary on top.
Alright, let's
which
get
I
to the
made
next
it
point.
very clear from the beginning of this Let's Play, heck, even in my announcement vlog,
Let's skip
that
through most
I'm
of
a
this.
wimp. I was going to spend
Yes.
a long time in
What a
Rapture before I
shock.
felt comfortable
Anyone who
charging
says
into any dark
mansplaining,
rooms. I was
total fucking wimp.
pretty sure I'd miss things and make mistakes because, hey, guess what? I'm a scaredy cat. Like, I knew that was gonna happen. This was a comedic leaning playthrough, not a walkthrough. I wasn't playing this game to impress anyone with my skills, but to entertain folks with my total lack of bravery. Look, yeah, eyes, I was right.
I hate the screaming.
Although some may say that actually shows my bravery, because even though I was scared, I still pushed on through and played the game.
No.
I wouldn't say that. I'm chicken shit. Don't actually put me in that situation. Dear God, please, no. I don't want to go down there. Why is it...
Love these guys.
I was just here to finish what I started, to finally do that thing that past me never got to finish because 10 years ago I was told what to do. In return, I got a whole bunch of people telling me what to do. Side note, to everyone who doesn't backseat, please feel free to pause, go grab some snacks, maybe a tea, and enjoy me complaining about other people for a while. Now, I understand that putting things on the internet...
Alright, first of all, before she even gets into this, when it comes to backseat gaming, I personally could not give a fuck less. Now, if you make that, I guess I can understand if you make that clear from the beginning that you don't like that kind of thing, that you're against that kind of thing, and people do it anyways. I understand where you're coming from. I got your back. On the other hand, I think people are really fucking dumb and insecure when it comes to this shit because it's just people trying to help you and people engaging with your content. They literally like it's that they just want to help. They're just engaging. They're just talking to you, just having a conversation. And to a lot of people, sometimes they don't even think that you're actually going to read their comment. Now that entirely depends on the YouTube channel or the Twitch stream or whatever the hell it is. But the point I'm kind of making here is that it's almost like she thinks she's a victim of somebody just trying to throw her a bone. And it's kind of embarrassing, you know? Like, this isn't black and white. I can understand why somebody would be bothered by the backseat gaming, but it has never even bothered me in the fucking slightest. I remember back in my pro gaming days, so many people would try and tell me how to play, and majority of the time it was just some fucking goddamn idiot telling me to do something that would actually be a terrible fucking idea, and I would just roast them right then and there. And then other times they would be like, yo, Condor, why don't you use a grenade, dude? You never use grenades. And that's dead on. I rarely used grenades back then. So it was totally valid criticism. That's not the way I play the game. They're telling me how they play the game. They're saying you should have thrown a grenade here. I don't care. Totally reasonable thing to say. Yeah. I just don't get this mentality. It's like, if they're like specifically spoiling something, they're ruining something for you. I get it, but if like somebody's just trying to help you, why are you fucking mad? Like, I don't.
It opens it up to criticism. I've been making videos online since 2010. I'm very aware. But it takes a certain type of person to backseat game to the level that some people did on what was supposed to be an extremely laid-back playthrough. Well, laid back until anything remotely scary happened. At times, it still genuinely astounded me quite how angry and or personally affronted some people got in the comments because I didn't play the game.
This is getting painful now. Hacking would be easier if you upgraded by adding more tonic slots, electric gels for killing big daddies. Everything easier if you take photos while they're still alive. Alright. I guess saying this is getting painful now was somewhat rude, but again, like, fucking hell, man, the fucking insecurity and fragile ego here is just wild. Still not upgrading weapons. I see, Ellen, you've probably finished the whole game before editing, but I wish you had not. It's really hard to watch you not taking photos of cameras, security bots, guns, plus the missing of weapon upgrades, SMH. To be honest, I don't see a problem with these comments. They're not the nicest comments either, but these people have played this game a lot. They're frustrated watching you play it so fucking poorly. And you kind of, in my opinion, you kind of need to sympathize with these people a little bit. I was playing Metal Gear Solid 1 on my channel. I I have never, I've beaten that game a few times. I've never done that Ocelot boss fight correctly. Somebody came in there and told me how to do it. Appreciated it. If that person was like, yo, it's frustrating watching you fuck this up, I would 100%, it was frustrating fucking getting my ass kicked by Ocelot, alright? So of course it's going to be frustrating watching that.
Perfectly, or just not how they wanted. A prime example in my Bioshock playthrough would be the reaction to how I used the camera. Now, you can use the camera to take pictures of enemies and drones and turrets and such, enabling you to unlock special buffs against them, like increasing the damage you can do or bypassing hacking minigames. It's not integral to finishing the game, but if you want to make the game easier, you can just take a bunch of pictures. When I was playing, I used the camera for a bit when I first got it, but quickly got bored of it. Forcing me to walk up to things defenseless could be funny, but taking a picture stops everything. Ah! Woohoo! There we go. Cool. The photos take ages to load and be scored. It just slowed down the action way too much for me, and I felt that it would be boring
100%.
to watch without a lot of editing to move things along. So I focused on other things for a bit, ignoring it until I got to a section of the game that asked me to kill people and take their photos.
Use your camera. Take him as he is now. so I may remember it.
Okay. Totally normal. I thought that, seeing as I had to take some pictures anyway, it made editorial sense to make the angle of these episodes be the camera. I took the pictures, got the bonuses, and thought, cool, bonuses, and didn't particularly care that I'd got them later than I could have. When standing still you become invisible. That is actually amazing. I was also glad that I did it in one go, as it made editing Ellen's job a little easier. Perfect. Yes! Increased damage.
Here comes the crying.
Vulnerable to anti-personnel rounds. Brilliant. Thank you. But then, as I put each episode live, I discovered that there were so many people who would not shut up about the camera. Some may have just been trying to be
honey.
helpful, but the loudest of these critics mostly appeared in two flavours. People who were so angry at me you'd have thought I'd kicked a puppy, and people who were openly laughing at me. It was just so boring and...
Can we get some examples of that? Because having a tough time believing you.
infuriating seeing a bunch of dudes going, you should use the camera more, under every new video.
Isn't that funny how she can just assume they're male? Incel women.
And when I did use it, they were still mad that I didn't use it soon enough, and they're like...
It's weird, I don't see them mentioning their gender here. Literally says, no offense to Ellen. How is that so angry? It's like she kicked a puppy. This is supposed to be the angry, furious comments that we're seeing. This is what I fucking hate about toxic femininity and incel women.
Is it rude for me to think that they need to get out more? Because I think they need to get out more.
Projection.
Like, I really appreciate people investing their time and attention in my little Let's Play series, but I just don't quite understand or relate to emotionally investing yourself so much in the idea of someone not using an optional mechanic in a video game.
Where were they emotionally invested? Was it that stupid ass fucking non-comment that apparently they were also so angry they thought you kicked a puppy or something? This incel woman logic, dude. This woman is so fucking mentally ill, so insecure, fucking hates men so fucking much.
I shouldn't laugh, it's rude, but I don't get it. Like, who the fuck cares? I spoke to a bunch of different friends about these responses in a am I mad for thinking this camera thing isn't a bigger deal as they're making out way, and honestly a lot of them didn't.
It's typical insecure mentality. I don't even, like, I don't know, I almost feel bad for even saying this, but like, straight up, if you need your friends for validation, that is one of the best indications you lack self-esteem, which isn't a bad thing. That's good that you know that now. You can move on, you can grow that self-esteem, and I'm going to go on a little tiny miniature tangent just to prove that I know what I'm fucking talking about here. How do you improve your self-esteem? You criticize yourself reasonably. You don't go exaggerating. You don't blow it out of proportion. You be very, very factual, straight on. All right? And always be willing to criticize yourself. Always be willing to seek improvement. Always. At the same time, you also need to be complimenting yourself over your actual accomplishments. It doesn't matter how tiny the accomplishment is. It can be, if you're a super depressed person, it can literally just be, I got out of bed today. If you're a super obese person, it can literally just be, I got a bed out of day. And then compliment yourself for that accomplishment. Once you do these two things, your self-esteem will slowly grow over time, and you won't have to seek validation from your friends like this deeply insecure fucking incel loser. Holy shit, I fucking hate incels.
Remember there being a camera in Bioshock, or they remembered using it for a bit and then giving up on it because they also found it boring. It's admittedly a small sample, but it just goes to show that others had different Bioshock experiences to the handful of vocally angry assholes in my comments who couldn't believe that I was playing the game wrong.
This is what I hate about people with victim complexes. And like one of the reasons why I like want to do like YouTube is because people shouldn't have this mentality that this deeply insecure fucking fragile pussy shit is tolerable, socially acceptable, or okay in any way whatsoever. Like someone needs to gently explain to this woman that she is not a victim. She is capable of handling these non offensive comments and not making stupid ass incel assumptions about their gender, you know, or like raging about how they're apparently super, super angry when it's obvious she's just projecting.
Man, I wish I had such a chill life that I could get that angry at how someone else plays a game. And may I remind you,
The projection. Think about that. Think about that beautiful projection. It's literally because her life is so easy. It's because she can say things like mansplaining. It's because she can get so upset at her friend Jane for saying girl. It's these privileged parts of her life. It's this insecurity. It's the shelteredness that allows her to be so offended by such non-comments. I didn't see any evidence that those guys were angry in the slightest. One of them said, "No offense, no offense to Ellen," is the comment that he made. No offense. But apparently these people are super, super angry. See, this is what I fucking hate. Like I've literally, my dad used to just whoop my ass for fun. And I have to deal with stupid ass, insecure incel women like this in the gaming industry that will never be canceled. She doesn't have to worry about losing her job. She doesn't have to worry about getting in any trouble. Worst case scenario that happens to her, she'll get a talking to over saying mansplaining. That's it. That's all she has to worry about. And meanwhile, this stupid ass incel woman with no fucking self awareness genuinely believes that the people making unoffensive comments are the ones that are angry and privileged.
that this is a mechanic that helps make the game easier? I thought people on the internet hated making games easier. Make up your mind. We did it. I did it in
Incel.
one go because I was way OP. Oh my god. Now, the camera discourse is just one example that, well, stuck out. But for every single thing that I missed or didn't do to someone's perfect standards, like a grandparent when they see your distressed jeans at Christmas, there would be at least one pointed and often snarky comment. I've seen it happen to other creators, and I've experienced it myself in my day job. Heck, the backseating from certain video game fans is why Souls Academy on Outside Extra was done with Luke filtering the chat while I played. I empathise with anyone on YouTube or in games media in general who is just trying to have a nice time but receives dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of unsolicited pieces of advice on the game that they're playing. There's a reason why so many Twitch streamers now add the no backseating tag to their gaming streams, and it's these knobheads. Backseating.
Just to be clear, like, I guess I can sort of understand what that bothers you, but acting like your entire world has just been like turned upside down over somebody trying to backseat you in a video game just tells me all I need to know about how easy your life is.
Usually comes from a place of people wanting to seem knowledgeable, maybe even just out of a desire to be helpful. But if
That's mental illness. Of course, trying to seem knowledgeable, that's a stretch based on no evidence. Maybe it's possible, but jumping to that conclusion is stupid as fuck. It doesn't even make any logical sense. Knowledgeable about a video game, something that no one gives a flying fuck about. Like, I mean, only like the most cringiest fucking losers will actually give a shit about that. But like, yeah, I don't know.
If I'd wanted these people's opinions, help, or advice, I would have asked. I would have turned to the camera.
That's so fucking stupid. She gets advice all the time that she likes and comments that she likes all the time, and she doesn't ask for them.
And explicitly said, audience, what do I do? Genuinely, I've done this in other Let's Plays I've been a part of, usually live streams. I'm never above asking for help in games or in anything else in life. But if I ask a question that is not addressing the audience, I'm not actually asking the audience for anything. I'm just thinking out loud in a flowery, fun, rhetorical way to show my thought process. It's like if someone in a film or TV drama goes, "What do I do?" They're not actually expecting a reply. They're just saying it to show you, the viewer, that they haven't worked it out.
This idiot doesn't realize that nobody's directly replying to her when she says this stupid crap. Holy fuck, she's so dumb, dude.
Yet. For me, personally, as a creator, unless I turn to the camera and directly ask, "Audience, what do I do?" any gaming tip offered to me is unsolicited, often unhelpful, and often unconstructive. Like, you just...
Unconstructive and unhelpful, giving you advice on how to get more XP, do more damage, upgrade your weapons. Okay.
You really gotta, like, not only have I got to play the game, but then I've got to filter through all the feedback to find out what is actually useful. Because often, so much backseating is just, like, wrong as well, which is a whole other rant. Like, I could have just, like, done just a
Prove
rant
it.
on backseating. What it feels like as a creator to get that a lot. But I've kind of boiled that down to this one section, and it's hopefully makes sense, but it's just draining. It's boring, you know? Like, oh my god, I get it.
Please stop then.
Hey everyone, Editing Ellen here. I just wanted to pop in a little bit extra here because while I was looking for comments to illustrate certain parts of this section, I also found a lot of other really lovely comments of people saying, "Hey, I'd never thought of that," with regards to things that I did in my playthrough. Now, I'm not adding this in to be like, look how smart I was and these people think I'm smart. Like, I appreciate the comments and yeah, I am smart. I don't need to be told.
She's not, though.
I kid. Well, the actual joke is that I have massive imposter syndrome. But what these comments show to me
Good.
is that when you have a game as good as Bioshock and you let people approach it in their own way and don't tell them what to do the whole time, then sometimes they'll think of something that you never thought of. In fact, some of the people who were wowed by things that I did were people who had previously been telling me how to play the game. So let people make mistakes and let people experiment in video games because, one, that's the...
That should tell you that the people who were criticizing you or whatever, telling you how to play before, were just doing it to try and help. They're just trying to be nice. They're fans of you. They like you. They want you to succeed. Assuming people are out to get you is what insecure fucking incels do.
Safest place to do it, and two, something fun might come out of it. Okay, back to filming Ellen. Now I know some backseaters will defensively reel off that, "Will you put something up on a public forum so I can respond to it however I want?" But to you I say, uno reverse. Going by your logic, if you're being little whiny attention-seeking bitches in my usually lovely comment section, I can respond to you how I want. You just gotta suck it up, buddy.
100%. This woman will not reply to me. Incel women like this are fucking terrified of men like me. I guarantee you, when I walk into a room with a bunch of fucking feminists, they shut their fucking incel mouths about that shit. Alright? They can just detect that I will not tolerate that shit for fucking 1 second. I'm a man with self-esteem. I got no tolerance for incels.
Public forum! Also, well done to all the backseaters for missing every time I said that these were filmed in advance. I was being a one-woman production company when I missed whatever the hell you were pointing out.
Literally, no one who comments on YouTube cares about that. You will get... This is just like, I can't even believe she fucking just said that. Like, any video you see on YouTube that's about a video game, you'll get comments years old saying the same shit. You'll get new comments saying the same shit, advice on how to play, what they did wrong. She's so fucking dumb, dude. Like, how does any of this need to be explained to somebody who's been in the industry apparently for 11 years? She doesn't know any of this shit.
What was your excuse? Scratching your nose and your ass at the same time? Some people just can't multitask. Okay,
She's
I'm
just
being
not funny, dude.
comedically harsh here, and if I know the internet as well as I think I do, which is usually depressingly well, some people might be sitting there thinking, "Oh, why are you taking it so personally?" But to me, they're missing the wider picture.
It's because she's insecure and she has a victim complex. People who are deeply insecure with the victim complex get, like, and the privilege, obviously, you got to be privileged as well. are going to be super deeply offended by incredibly small things that someone with self-esteem wouldn't even think twice of.
Most likely because they're backseaters and the seats in front are blocking their view. This stuff annoys me because my whole aim with gaming and with the videos that I make is I want it to feel welcoming. I don't want gatekeepers telling people new to gaming that they're playing the game wrong. People can get through games in their own time, in their own...
As somebody who has self-esteem, I can't even begin to understand that logic or that argument. If someone says, this is how you play the game, or this is how I play the game, you can just ignore that. You can read it and then go, oh, well, I want to play it my way, so I'm going to play it my way. Like,
way and have just as much fun as any rules lawyers out there. So if you start telling me that I'm playing my video game wrong in my comments section, I'm not going to be nice about it because I don't want you to do it to anyone else. But when it comes to the reaction of certain backseaters, sometimes I'm just genuinely concerned. There are some out there who will actually say that watching someone play a game is physically painful. Now, I'm someone who strives to never use...
yeah, it's called cringe. It makes a lot of fucking sense. Hold up, I gotta do something. I'll be right back. Sorry, I really have to do something. I will be right back. I apologize for this break in the video. In a bit. But yeah.
My pain to invalidate anyone else's pain. If I have a broken leg and you have a paper cut, I'm still going to be like, ooh, oh, those hurt. Ah.
I'm not.
However, as someone who has a genetic...
As somebody who is a severe abuse survivor, I will not sympathize at all to somebody crying about something that is super tiny like this. It's pathetic.
Kidney disease that means that I regularly get kidney stones, apparently one of the worst pains a human can go through, yay me. Someone saying that a YouTuber missing a collectible in a video game caused them physical pain is hyperbolic to a frankly childish extent. I've watched other creators...
No, it isn't. It's totally reasonable. It's just called cringe. They're not being literal, you fucking idiot.
Dismiss things and, like a lot of people watching, go, oh no, it was right there. I've experienced the frustration of watching me miss something because, let me remind you, I edited my Let's Play videos. But if you're ever someone who says it's painful to watch someone make a minor mistake in a game or just play it differently than you or just get stuck,
totally reasonable.
I point out that Let's Plays are probably not the right video genre for you, especially if they're made by people playing those games for the first time. Mistakes will be made. Go watch a walkthrough, touch grass, try some
projection.
Therapy. You probably need therapy. I mean,
projection.
We all do, but if this is what constitutes as painful for you, then you either have lived a life of luxury and need some perspective, or you have some anger issues you really need to
projection.
Don't worry, we'll be happy to welcome you back once you've sorted your shit out.
Projection.
Story. Okay,
I won't be welcoming her back though.
But hey, I've spent over a decade seeing other creators getting backseated. I've spent years experiencing it for myself, and I love a little self-indulgent rant. Anyway, next point.
Alright, I guess that's,
well,
no point in fucking reading that one, right?
If I did what you wanted, I could be screwing up something I worked so hard to build. But the final reason why I'm never doing a Let's Play series on here again is the most important one.
Alright, I guess that's the end of the video then. There's nothing else here to talk about. This is like one of the most embarrassing videos I've watched in my entire life. The lack of self-awareness, the projection. This is one of the angriest incels I've seen in quite some time. This is like, this individual desperately needs therapy. This is like the same person who said mansplaining. Think about that. These she's calling these people angry because they're saying like comments like no offense. Meanwhile, she's saying things like mansplaining, assuming all the people making toxic comments are male, getting upset at her coworker Jane for using the word girl. You know what I mean? So it's like she's talking about therapy, anger, all these things, and every single bit of it is projection. Anyways, that's the video for today. Thanks for watching. If you did, sorry it was so long. I apologize for the break in between there as well. God, what an embarrassing insult. When people like this need therapy, like, you are not a victim of somebody saying no offense and then giving you some advice on how to play a video game. The fact that she can act like her life is so hard is so embarrassing, dude. This is privilege. This is what happens if you're super sheltered. Anyways, again, thanks for watching.